Mental health is important. If you are experiencing any level of mental distress or unease, please seek professional help. Therapists and psychiatrists are there to provide a safe and reliable space to process stress and difficult situations through various methods. They are there to provide preventative and post-care for such things. If you are experiencing a situation that requires immediate or emergency attention, please check the links below for crisis and emergency options. You can also find links below to charities that help children in need. Any help you can provide would be appreciated. Our social media, Ko-Fi, Throne, and Discord server are linked below as well. The Discord is a community gaming space with a completely optional section for Dungeons and Moogles.
Alright, so, welcome back to the Highroad of Maluviette, everybody. Again, reminder, we got all those redeems and everything set up. Streak rewards, you can subscribe if you just want to support. Not much there for subscribers at the moment. I'm still new to this side of things on streaming, at least. Is there anything else that needs announced? I don't think so. So yeah, let's recap. Does anyone want to try the recap this week?
I will try to give it a go if you don't mind. And maybe you can jump in to correct me if I'm wrong.
All right.
So after kind of finding a solution to the mind puzzle that was the tower and finding the remains of the captain, Geraldine also found this diary with all the information about what happened to him and etc. While others were kind of exploring the room and etc. I stole the corpse skull without being noticed except from Pius, and we decided that we wanted to find the catacomb, and we went out, coming out from the window, some jumping, some like me walking down, some just feather falling. And when we were down, we started to discuss about what's happened, the discovery I made reading the books. And in the meantime, Start lost a hand because she was trying to steal from the cadaver, but she was being noticed. And the captain of the guards that are with us was less, I would say, charitable than other. We help her to regain her Twilight to regain her hand, and we added to this temple where Wrath prayed to his divinity, his goddess, and we after that we finally reached the place where we wanted to go, and we're being attacked by the...
I'm gonna cut in for just a little bit of an expansion on the church. In the church,
please.
You also found a journal from the presumable priest from before, mentioning about how the commander, the mage from the tower, had an extreme control of magic that allowed him to do things like cast magic at 1/1000th strength. And you also collected healing berries as well at the church.
Yes, true. And we were later attacked, I was saying, by those three covered with, meat and organs and etc. and flesh. And we went into the battle. We won the battle, and we found the entrance to go down into the catacomb. I feel like pretty much that was it. Tell me if I missed anything else. Happy to be corrected, and plus I remember that because of the time frame, I also fall asleep just for a round.
That pretty much covers all of the major details. One minor detail would be the continuous symbolism of the numbers 8s that were throughout the church, as well as on the fountain in the garden area where you fought the torment plants, almost like a slap in the face, because her symbol is essentially a Mobius. Which would be an 8 sideways, not upright like it's being displayed everywhere. You haven't figured out the significance of why there's an 8 everywhere, but you did find your way to the catacombs now, which, if you go back and look at the map posted, that's where the little staircase, kind of hidden behind a tree towards the north side of B, that's where the entrance is that you're heading down into. Ow, sorry about that, I'm coughing.
May I get the coordinates again, Jeff?
The coordinates? You just need to go to Highroad Maps.
Okay.
Go to Highroad Maps, and then that map that's at the bottom, the one with the wintry forest compound. It's area B. You go kind of up north a little bit, and there's a staircase, like half hidden, just right behind a tree. That is the area where you're going down into the catacombs from. You all have a moment if you want to discuss more before heading down. Tempest, you had pulled to the guards because you had been over at the tower when the fight broke out. You mentioned about there being a fight, and come on, let's help. And you haven't seen them show up yet. So you're not sure if they just decide to stay where they were or to follow and come your way. Twilight is also looking pretty rough at the moment. It is about 4 p.m., so the sun is on its downturn, but it's not sunset yet.
Okay.
So, does anybody want to go into the
I think everyone need to. That was the plan. Maybe you need to rest a little bit, or at least heal yourself.
Finding a way to heal yourself would probably be more beneficial. I don't want to spend any extra time here if we can avoid it.
Honestly, yeah, you should heal up. Stuff down there, probably way worse. Way worse.
Should we check out that fountain? Well, she does. I don't think we ever got around to looking at it, did we?
Well, I can just
You
snap
did a
and
little
pop one of
bit.
these little blueberries.
I haven't seen a fountain. Do I make a wish in it? I have coin.
I mean, you can try. What do you mean you haven't seen the fountain?
Well, it seems that I wasn't here, which, by the way, I disappear for a bit and you all get your shit rocked by a bunch of plant things.
You haven't touched me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. So that wasn't you being tied up in things at all?
Me, just because I was a little bit tied up with it doesn't mean it was hurting me.
I'm messing. So I can't believe none of you waited till I got back to start the fun.
We didn't really have a choice, okay?
Ah, fair. Now, where's this fountain? I want to see it.
I think.
Twilight, how many of those berries do you want to eat? You have 6 of them.
I'm having issues. For some odd reason, my roll game character sheet got just uninstalled, so I'm reinstalling it. So
Fun. All right.
yay!
So you have 6 berries, and you can eat all of them without getting to full health.
Isn't it like a 10% health or something? I heal for.
No, it's only 10 health, not 10%. These berries do not work like the tonics, which you also have an entire jug full of tonic. You have a
That's what
single
I was-
jug that has like 15 tonics worth of healing in it.
Yeah, I was wondering if I could take one of those. A refined tonic.
Refined tonic?
Uh-huh.
All right, that's fair.
So now I'm down
Get yourself
to
back a
1.
buttload of health.
And how much did I heal for?
Let me calculate it real quick. You recover 40 hit points.
Okay.
Now you're not looking so bad.
Feeling better?
Feeling a lot better. Let's do this.
Better, let's do
Pat
this.
her head.
I walked away from y'all.
So, Tempest, you're heading over towards the fountain. Wrath, are you following Tempest or meeting?
I was showing her where it was, yeah.
Okay. Pius, how about you in this moment?
I'm also going to follow.
All right. Geraldine, you're over there with Twilight because you had a moment of the conversation.
Yes.
So, Pius, Wrath, Tempest, you're getting over to the fountain kind of about the time that little interaction happens with Geraldine asking. And at the same time as you're getting over to the fountain, you see the Keinherst unit kind of running up from that entrance to the gardens on the east side. At the same time, their weapons are drawn and they're ready to fight. And they begin looking around. And then they kind of like slump, like they're disappointed because there's clearly no combat when they get here.
If you want to fight something, all you have to do is hit a tree.
Sorry, guys. We kind of wrapped it up very quickly.
So you notice one of the grunt members kind of like contemplating whether to stab the tree near them with the dagger or not. And then they're kind of like side-eyeing the captain, like, would he be pissed if I did this? Before he kind of tucks his blade away. And the captain approaches all of you towards the fountain as you start doing what you're doing. The rest of them kind of just stand and wait, just in case.
Well, here it is. Once
Wow.
again, mocking Risha.
It's a bit worn out.
Sorry.
Also, mocking Risha?
Yeah, the eights. Everything they built for Risha around here is just a mockery of her.
Yeah, Tempest, as you're close now and kind of looking over it, looking for the eights, but also looking closer at the statue, you feel an extreme sense of familiarity as you're like, you stoop down for a moment trying to look at like the inscription where the eights are, and you look up and you flash back immediately to the scene where you died back in the gnomish village during the incident with the master. Then you see the statue as if it's a fully formed individual, the one who came to you in that moment.
This isn't Risha.
What do you mean?
Just to confirm, the statue in the current moment is incomplete.
Yes, the actual current statue is incomplete.
This statue that stands, it was a Feroti.
And it's the same statues we saw at the temple?
No, when I described it before, this one seemed different, but you couldn't tell because the only things that really still held detail was kind of the lower half and these kind of long rows that came down and were tattered around the bottom.
shed some light on that at least.
Hmm.
Thought Farodi wasn't really worshipped either.
Well, we know this is a strange place.
So, what could this mean then?
Hey.
There's a reason all the people became trees. You mock the gods hard enough, and eventually they'll notice you.
That's true. Yes.
I mean, that is a possibility. As far as history, as it's taught with primary education, at least, when we learn about the war in particular that took place, there was a tendency for the soldiers to worship both Risha and or Feroti, Bicken as well, actually, on a regular basis. Soldiers are typically on the move a lot, and travelers, so they look to Risha for guidance and safety in that passage. Begin the tides of war, the changing flow of combat, and I mean, Feroti, when your life is on the line at all times, it's easy to want to be in the good graces of the goddess of death.
I'm gonna take 30 seconds. And Tempest just closes her eyes and just calmly focuses on the moment, almost like a prayer.
Geraldine will stand close to her in a position that is almost like protective, without saying nothing, without even touching her, just standing behind her.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna firmly believe we will not die down in a place of death. Literally, down those stairs, where it's nothing but death. We'll be fine.
Yes, I have Revivify.
That too. Oh, hi, Jody.
Oh, I could have taken your friend's head then, couldn't I have?
Well, no. I think Revivify only revives the person. I don't know if I could reattach her head. Although it would be
Well-
ironic as fuck, though.
Tears in Twilight.
Well, I'll have to take your word for it. I'm not much of a mage myself, so for the blade.
And he kind of like reaches at his the handle of his claymore.
Ah, better at taking lives than fixing them, yes.
The unfortunate world we live in.
No judgment. You do what you have to.
Well,
So
do you think you're going to need all of us again? Or should we head back to the tower to continue our investigation there?
I'd say you're free to go back to the tower, but we are gonna start making our way down below.
All
I
right,
wouldn't say
then.
no to the assistance.
I'll leave a few of my soldiers with you, and the rest of us will head back to the tower. Same plan. If we finish up, we'll come see if you're still here, and if you're not here, we'll head back to the camp and meet up there later.
Captain, I'm sorry to interrupt. Like, have you seen the bodies?
And I do the air quotes symbol.
Of the trees and the bushes around us. If you leave just some of your men here, there is a chance they will be attacked while we'll go down the catacomb. Just to give you all the information.
Fair. I mean, we had been here investigating for a brief moment previously without incident, but I have an idea for how they can stand guard nearby and be in at least relative safety.
Such as?
Well, they can stick near the exits to the garden, primarily at least, give them at least some level of view of everything around, and if the plants here begin to animate themselves, they can leave the area more efficiently, more quickly, without having to engage.
Good for you. At least you are taking care of the people of your troops, unless someone else.
Well, I try to do my best to ensure safety before even success with the mission, typically. So far, in our time, we've only lost one person.
And
Do with their
Geraldine
body?
will strike a little nerve there. Just say,
I like your old family.
and I walk away.
He does glare at you a little bit, Geraldine, before turning his attention to Wrath and Wrath's question.
Well, we did the best we could, at least, at giving them a proper burial. Being so far away from any form of civilization, there were many options, and we aren't equipped to be able to carry around corpses.
You buried him in the ground.
Yes, it's quite a number of miles from here. It was about 2 months ago.
So it wasn't within this blighted space.
Now, if we had
Fair
been
enough.
here, we likely would have sought out the catacombs a bit more thoroughly.
You know, Tempest, if I go on the road, do me a favor and cremate me. I don't want any of these sickos bringing my body back in any shape or form, he says as he's kind of looking about at the trees.
I can guarantee you that. Not gonna happen in your afterlife.
I lean down to whisper in Wrath ear.
You're not going anywhere. She's a keeper.
She is, and we'll see. Just kind of grins.
All right.
So
all
the
right.
captain has already yeah, so the captain's already gone off to start discussing things with the unit. And you're all kind of ready to go now, as Tempest started prodding towards at the same time I was.
All right, let's do this. Good luck, Captain.
He throws you kind of a wave over his shoulder.
Get in there.
We'll get that guy on our side soon enough. Let's do this.
Any particular order you're going down the staircase? It's only wide enough for one person at a time. It does require single file on the way down.
Don't mind going first if y'all want me to, unless someone else would rather.
I was just gonna go straight in unless someone stepped in front.
This feels more like my domain. I'll.
Sorry, voice box. This feels more like my domain. I'll go first.
Keep an eye out for traps, yeah?
Of course, and stay back just in case I miss one. I can take it. Maybe.
If you want to follow behind Pius, I'll bring up the rear and make sure we're not followed then.
All right.
So Pius, Tempest. Who's next on the line? We got Twilight or Geraldine third, the other fourth, and Wrath at the end.
Geraldine will be penultimum, so Twilight can go in front of her.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going, and then you're right behind me?
Yes.
Okay.
And behind us, there is Wrath.
All right, Pius, if you're looking for traps, give me an investigation for on the way down.
Okay. Yay. 8.
So you fall prey to the worst trap of all. You misstep on the stairs about halfway down and go tumbling. Do me a dex save for how well you catch yourself.
You
Sorry,
were the
what?
trap the whole time.
Good thing no
A
one was in front of me.
dexterity save.
Oh god. I can't type all of a sudden.
Oh no.
Hey, that's good.
All right. So you don't go like hard tumbling down. You manage to like push your feet out in front of you so you don't go head first. And you kind of bounce down a few stairs, one foot after another, before you actually catch yourself. And you realize you've gotten so focused on like trying to find traps, tripwires, pressure pads that you kind of stopped looking at the stones. Because as you get further down, they stop to be so perfectly cut and start to get really jagged, mangled, and almost broken. Some of them, the one in particular that you got caught up on, is missing like a part of its outer edge. So your foot went down to catch it, and it just wasn't there at that point.
Huh. Well, that. Watch your step.
What? You okay up there?
I'm fine. Watch your step.
They'll give you a 9 out of 10 on the landing.
I'll take it.
Good thing I can see.
So as you finish down the stairs and all of you kind of come out onto the landing into the catacombs themselves, you can see clearly in this entry area is kind of a large circular room. There's a statue that's managed to not deteriorate too much that's clearly depicting Ferroti. It looks to probably be the same design as the one that was up above. And around the room, there are a series of hallways that kind of open up and just go out. From your position, you're coming in from the south, and you can tell that this is kind of laid out almost like a clock. You're coming in at 6, and then there are hallways at 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all of the other hours, so to speak. So there's the staircase and then 11 hallways, as well as this statue in the center of the room. The room itself is about 30 feet in diameter.
We've all stepped into this room now.
Yes.
Yeah, there is definitely space. Do we recognize the statue? Is the same statue that we got upstairs, or this looks different?
It looks like the same one that's with the fountain. The main difference being it's not as worn. The bottom of it is how you can tell it's the same statues because it's got the same design. But the upper portion, you can clearly tell that it's Ferroti, and she's kind of lifting both of her hands up with them side by side together, almost like she's lifting something up.
Any inscription on it that because the one upstairs was worn and ruined. Maybe we missed some inscription or any symbols that is much maybe more clear and visible on this one.
No, it seems to be the same inscription. There doesn't seem to be anything additional to it, but it does have that inscription that the fountain had as well.
Okay, good. And you said there are multiple entrances around us.
Yes, there are 11 hallways. The area also isn't well lit. There does seem to be some type of perpetual light source kind of hanging on the roof of the center room, but there are no lights down the hallways.
Mm-hmm.
I have a torch. I think I do.
I think everyone has dark vision as well.
Yeah.
How do you
Yeah.
recognize this as Ferroti? You've seen her in this form before?
Well, so up there at the fountain, I got a flashback back to that moment when I actually did die, when she showed up and basically saved me. It's more or less the same image, and it feels like it's connected. So I can't really give you 100%, but I feel like it is accurate to say that that's who that was.
Mm.
And after what the captain of the unit said, it kind of just adds more confirmation to it.
I mean, we can think that, but at the same time, they created these temples and places of worship to gods who don't like being worshipped. They can give or take, I think. I can't remember off the top of my head, but Risha tears down temples that are built to her. And Ferodi, I don't think ever, at least in what I've read, I don't know if she's ever taken a singular form. It's always different forms. There's just something off about it.
Well, I won't deny I'm not exactly the most adept when it comes to these types of religions or deific beings, but the image was quite similar to what I did see at that time long ago. And maybe it's more or less like a form that she chooses to show people so they have an image to represent her.
Maybe.
I'd
I
place
have
a
a
hand on the
thought.
statue.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Say it again, Tim.
During all this, I'm placing a hand on the statue, just looking at it, but I'm still communicating with everyone.
Okay. Geraldine, you are quite well experienced with Ferodi in kind of like historical lore, at least.
Yes.
Ferodi's taking on multiple forms is more in the sense of, when she were to greet someone who has died to take them to the afterlife, she takes forms that would comfort them, so to speak, but she still has this kind of baseline form, which is just kind of who she is by comparison.
Yeah, I mean, in a most poetical way, death wear your own face when it's the moment to take you, but she's always herself. So from this point of view, I think I share this concept with the rest quietly, softly, and I just what else? I just there is anything about the fact that there are 11 entrances that trigger something in my memory or my knowledge of arcane things related to her or religious practices related to her, because I don't know, I mean, this is as a player, I feel like that 11 it means something, but maybe I'm mistaken.
You can go ahead and roll a religion check or arcana check, and we'll see if it stands out. Twilight, though, you started to say you have an idea.
Yeah, I do. I was wondering, this is kind of far-fetched, but what if we kind of put all the statues together? And because Tempest, you said connect, and I'm thinking the word connect because you had a connection. So maybe if we put all the statues together, we could get a connection. What do you guys think? It's a far-fetched idea, but then
I think we keep that for the back burner and we explore more before we start moving things around.
okay, there was just an idea.
So,
An interesting
Geraldine,
take.
as
Yes.
they're talking and you finish thinking of this and the form she takes, not quite having gotten to expressing them, the only significance you could think that might relate to this setup is that death is an inevitability, that we are all on borrowed time, and this is kind of set up like a
Time?
clock.
Like a clock, yeah. Geraldine will like kind of number the doors from the one that we came to encounter. That is actually like 12 if you consider also where we came from. So she just started to think of when the day start and when the day ends, and technically speaking is always the same point, the equivalent of our midday because or midnight. But I let the rest of the team wander and collect more information before I express what I'm thinking.
Didn't you look for inscriptions on the statue? And there weren't any, is that right?
The same inscription that was on the fontaine is also on the statue. I also asked for more of those, but there's nothing more.
May I try to investigate the statue?
Yeah, go ahead and roll an investigation. Tempest, how long are you going to keep your hand on the statue?
It was only for like 10, 15 seconds since I was also kind of talking and not really thinking too much.
Okay, nothing to note then. As Twilight is investigating the statue with an investigation roll, what is
Right.
everyone else doing at the moment?
That's digging in his backpack.
All right. Bias, how about you? You are literally in a place of death. The place that if undead were going to rise, it would be here.
He's really quiet, and he's on his head kind of moves from side to side periodically, as if he's looking for something or waiting. He seems fidgety, noticeably fidgety.
Okay.
He's just kind of standing there, listening, watching.
Question in regards to the statue.
Okay. What is it?
You said hands were up, correct?
Yes. Raised as if holding something up to the sky above.
So palm up?
Yes, palm up.
And she's looking up or down as if she's holding something.
She is looking straight forward, even though her hands are rising up above her.
We should keep a lookout as we're traveling through this place. Something tells me that this could be more in depth than we think.
Geraldine,
Yes, Twilight?
you have that book on, or that journal.
Yes.
Actually,
Try
Twilight, you have that journal.
Oh, I have
Geraldine
the
offered it
journal.
up, and you said you were going to take it. I
That's
then
right.
private messaged you all of the entries for if you decided you were reading it.
You did? Didn't
Yes, I
see them.
did.
Oh, okay. I did not see them.
What was the question for me, Twilight?
Well, I was gonna see, since you had this, because I have the book now, so it's kind of irrelevant. But I was thinking, if you had the book, place the journal on the statue's hands.
Okay, so if I will, Geraldine will remind you that you now have the books, and
Right.
I also had.
I don't think that the book is part of this. You know, it's been written later before this after this temple was, this catacomb was built. And that symbolism right there, for what I can consider, is more the death that lifting the soul towards the sky above, more than the book itself. Anyway, I also noticed that we have 12 entrances, like the hours in the day. Is there anything you guys think about that? Maybe
Time's
that
ticking.
Might be representative of where these chambers lead, or at least in what order they entombed the bodies. Wrath says as he's like ripping a piece of blue cloth out of his backpack.
worry that we are going to get lost in a maze, right?
It's possible, but actually, I was thinking about saying a prayer real quick.
Pius, give me a perception check, since you're looking around and watching. Twilight,
Okay.
as you've started investigating and everything and thinking about putting that journal up, you do kind of climb up because the statue is fairly tall. It's like 12 feet tall. So you have to kind of get up there. And you notice that
Nice
in
roll.
those hands is an object that's small enough to be concealed from the bottom. There's a silver metal box in its hand that has a like padlock type flap on it that is closed against it with a keyhole. And Pius, as Ras mentioning, potential to get lost or everything, and you're looking around, you notice at least that these first couple tunnels that are kind of near you, because you have dark vision, right?
Yes.
Okay. 60 feet of it, or 30 feet of it, or 120 feet of it.
Let me double check.
That's
the
part I don't
item,
remember.
'cause it's, oh wait, did I unattune from that? I might have.
I thought you had dark vision from
Wait,
a
no.
feature at this point.
No, yeah, I definitely do with the Devil's Sight, I think.
Devil's
Yep.
Sight, yeah.
Yes,
120.
120 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
So you can see clearly from the ones that are closer to you. Actually, God, even if you're at one end of the room looking down the ones on the other side, you can see that all of the tunnels, end about 60 feet deep.
Like there's just
Like that.
a wall.
Yeah. Like this is a professionally human crafted area, and the tunnels are just clean cut, like rectangle tunnels that head down, and it was about 60 feet down. It just comes to a wall at the end of all of the tunnels.
And is there anything on
Sounds-
the walls of the tunnel, like any inlets or alcoves or anything, or is it just a straight
There-
60-feet tunnel?
There are numerous openings, all very like symmetrically and cleanly lined up, where they would slide the caskets into the walls.
This place makes me nervous. There could be a lot of bodies down here.
And you see Geraldine, the exciting, say to you,
Yes, a lot.
super happy.
I mean, this is a place for bodies.
Wrath
Yes,
kind
but
of smirks.
the tunnels are 60 feet deep.
Surprised they're not bigger, honestly. And Wrath takes the two pieces of cloth and lifts them up and starts wrapping them around his head, covering his eyes as he walks over towards the statue and kind of gets into a kneeling bow and says a quick prayer.
Twilight, what are you doing with that box that you have found?
She knows that we found keys.
You have not found
A
keys
while back.
here.
I thought we did.
No, the last time you found keys was back in Wilfred's lair.
She's gonna try to open the box.
I don't think it's gonna work, Twilight.
Yeah, all of you can, of course, see because she has to come back down with the box to try opening it. But she's holding it. It's only about like 4 inches in any dimension. It is a cube. So every dimension is 4 inches. And she tries to like lift it up and it does not open. It is locked closed.
Not to disturb Wrath, I'll pull Twilight to the side. Can I take a look at this thing?
Take a look at what?
This, in your hand, right here.
Yeah.
Thank you. Are there any engravings or anything on it that are special?
Give me a flat intelligence check.
Oh, intelligence.
Wrath,
Do I
is there
roll
anything
intelligence?
specific in the prayer you're giving, or is it just full-blown a general prayer?
I shot you a message with the prayer. He says it silently now.
You really had to pick my worst roll. My worst stat of all stats.
Yay.
Could have been anything else. Had to be intelligence.
Of course it had to be intelligence. Why would it be anything else?
Because
There's
everything else is better.
There's something strangely familiar about it, but you can't place your finger on it. As far as engravings, there is a rune engraved into each of the faces. So all four around it, a fifth on the top and a sixth on the bottom.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold this for a few minutes. Once Wrath's done doing what he's doing, I think we all should discuss the possibility that this could be giving us a bit of a heading, so we're not aimlessly wandering around each tunnel.
Sorry, what is it? Wrath asks as he stands up, keeping the rough-made blindfold in place.
Interesting fashion sense. Twilight found this kind of like a cube up throughout his hand.
Trying to.
There's numbers.
Is it magical?
I am not picking up anything magical on it. It does feel oddly familiar in a way, but honestly, I got nothing.
I can cast
Detect magic?
Yeah.
If you don't mind spending the spell, it would be nice
I
to
don't
know for
mind.
sure.
I don't mind. I'll spend it.
Tempest, remember, you have detect magic at will for free.
Oh wait, that's right. It's
Tempest.
been a while.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
anyone
pop it
who
right
comes
there.
within like
On the
about
spot.
like
Okay.
2 feet though
Ready.
of the box and takes a look at it can see that the runes they're magical runes. They are used in spell crafting. And anyone who wants to take a closer look at it needs to give me an intelligence check. Tempest, as for detect magic,
I would like to.
this is definitely there is magic on it. And with kind of a closer look, it specifically seems to be some type of anti-magic, such as an anti-magic field.
I'm just holding it up so that way everyone is you. Are you gonna keep that on the whole time?
Yes, I intend to.
Just don't follow
What did
that.
you say, Lance? It kind
My
of cut out for
balls.
me.
Oh, that rat's attention, like, as he's looking, it's just a bit off from it because he's wearing the blindfold.
All right.
Also, can you all hear me?
Yeah, it's kind of cutting in and out for me, but I'm not sure if that's just me or not.
Okay.
It's kind
It's probably me.
of cutting out for me too. Just a little bit.
I was just saying, rat's like where he's looking is a little bit off from the item because of the blindfold.
Okay. All right. So Twilight's taking a closer look. Is anyone else trying to take a closer look at it?
I will.
All right.
What check
Do you
do
have
I
an
need?
intelligence
Sorry.
check? Flat intelligence check.
Oh, flat one?
Yeah, it's just intelligence modifier plus your d20 roll.
Another 8. Hell yeah.
Oof. Stream is crashing out
Did
bad.
I
My
do my
internet's
roll
acting
right
up,
then?
I think. I think so.
Hello?
No, why do I keep having these problems like once every month? It's annoying.
Welcome back.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes,
we can
yes.
hear you. Right?
Yeah, you did it right, Twilight. You're good. Okay, so I should get that same kind of. It feels strangely familiar, and you're not quite sure why or where you've seen something like this. You recognize a couple of the runes, and it's in line with what Tempest felt that the magic that would be produced by it is some type of anti-magic, such as an anti-magic spell. And Twilight, you don't know anything about the runes or anything. That's not exactly your brand of magic, but you know where you've seen a box very similar to this before. It was in the Visions in the Cave of Iris. It's very similar to the box that was on Dara's desk.
So, are you there?
Yeah,
Okay.
I heard so and then
Iris was
nothing.
the one who painted.
It was like Iris, and the box is similar to like the desk I found on Iris's desk. Huh. Does any of you remember what was in the box on Iris's desk?
No.
Did any of us even remotely pay attention to that?
I know I didn't.
We're talking about Iris Ravern, the painter.
Yes.
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 The desk. The
And
box.
it was Dara's desk, not Iris's.
Oh, Dira's. Okay. Sorry.
I don't
So right
remember.
now, I'm sorry, just a little bit confused because too many names and I lost track of who we talking about. Is the guy that was in the tower we're talking about, right?
No, at the moment, we're talking about this box.
okay.
It looks very similar to the one that was on Dara's desk in the flashback visions of Iris's life. Dara, as you know, Geraldine,
Okay.
was,
It's
yeah,
my
Cleopatra.
patron
There
before
we go.
she.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cleopatra. Okay, perfect. So, realizing that, my interest is piqued immediately. I just
Oh.
come to Twilight and I say, "Can I see that, please?"
Yes, by all means, because I noticed it, but you might have a better sense. Go ahead.
And I just take it in my hand and I look for anything that, it's clearly related to my patron, some symbol and engraving that I recognize because I'm used to it. And also because she used the infernal speech sometimes, I look if there is anything that she wrote with that language that only me and Tempest here can speak.
So you don't see anything in. Yes, whatever is inside of this is being contained.
I share this with the rest of the team and I look up and of course with a big smile on my face I say, "Should I open it?"
Yes,
Like I just find a new toy.
because we couldn't open it.
All right. So are you just trying to lift the top, or how are you going about trying to open it?
No, for now I'm just waiting for just Twilight answered to me. The rest of the team was, silence. So Geraldine is waiting because it's need to be an unanimous, decision, not just mine.
You think that's a good idea?
The thing is, this is, let's call it an opportunity for me. However, it can be dangerous. So if you want to step away, I understand.
Fine where I am.
I move up closer.
Do it.
So I look for a lead. I look for, anything that can be gently lifted, or if there is any secure mechanism and etc. And my slay of hands just try to open it up without triggering anything that is a mechanical trap.
So the front of the box does kind of have like that padlock flap that's secured and has a keyhole in it. But otherwise, it doesn't appear to be any type of like mechanical parts that you can see. And when you try to lift the lid, you can feel the magic itself trying to keep this box closed. And it does not open just from you trying to lift the lid.
Okay, and that's where Geraldine use dispel magic, all things like she called erase the pulse line of energy. So she brushes her hand through on the box, almost like wiping chalk over it, and she started to look at the box almost like she wanted to dissect it. In terms of what she's trying to remove, she's actually using her claw almost to cut invisible lines of magic that are protecting the box.
All right. So it's the dispel magic, correct?
Yes, dispel magic.
Sorry, it's taking me a moment to pull it up.
No worries.
Because as much as I'm confident that I remember out the exact wording, I just want to double check.
Yeah, of course.
So you're going to need a spell casting check.
Yeah.
So that will
Right up.
be
Just give me-
D20 plus your spellcasting modifier. Charisma?
Yeah, in my case it's charisma, and it's a +5. I'm just checking if I have anything else to give me bonuses.
Can I assist with this and use my dispel magic as well?
Just
If
give me a
Geraldine is
second.
willing to weave magic, that's a potential.
Sorry guys, between reading my notes and my character sheets, I didn't hear
You're
what
okay.
you said. You were offering me your help. I would say Geraldine will just say, almost eagerly, like protecting the box.
Okay.
Yeah, let me do it first.
Okay.
She is kind of strangely, because usually it's not like that. She's just kind of holding the box like she wants to protect it. I'm rolling my 1d20 +5 for now because I don't see anything else on my character sheets that give me bonuses. But yeah, come on.
Yeah, you can feel the magic of the box immediately pushing back to resist.
There's no king.
Oh yeah, technically it is is a 9. I have a +2 on top of it, but I don't think it's enough. So reluctantly, she will ask Twilight to come closer and just say, "Yeah, help me a little bit. Do you mind?
Oh, so now you want my help.
I just
Well,
let you
okay.
try me first, and I didn't push you away."
Feeling
Alright.
a little beaten up there, but she'll do it.
So
Do
you
I need to
roll
roll?
now.
Alright, yep.
Your spellcasting plus your modifiers.
You have a +6.
Would it be a charisma too?
No, your spellcasting is wisdom.
So would it be 2d20?
Nope, 1d20 plus 6.
Ta-da!
You do succeed. And as the dispel magic washes over it and proceeds to, nullify the magic, you all instantly feel a wave of madness wash over all of you. Everybody needs to make a wisdom save.
Oh,
Only a DC
shit.
15.
13, you said?
15.
Okey-dokey.
Yes, for a wisdom save.
15.
Let me see what my wisdom save is. I think it's a 6, but I'm not sure.
It's a +10.
Oh, okay. Wow.
How about Wrath? What's yours?
11.
11. So you will suffer ill effects, which I just realized when I pulled up Dispel Magic. My dumb self closed the book I needed open for that.
Oh,
I do know that I need a D100.
you want me to roll it?
Yeah, go ahead and roll it while I bring up the... Actually, I have physical books right here. Hey, what's up? All right, what was the D100?
65.
65. Your eyes are still covered at the moment, correct?
Yep.
So you, for the next roll actually, I'll roll the D10 real quick if I can spell. Okay. So only for a minute, you are experiencing vivid hallucinations. You have disadvantage on ability checks for this minute. Your eyes are covered, but because of your blind sight, you begin to see what appears to just be about a dozen other people that are walking around this area. They keep coming within that field of vision and then out. Some of them seem to be going through the walls. One of them, about just 6 seconds in, the second round of this, seems to set their hand on Tempest's shoulder.
As Wrath sees this, he kind of stumbles back, spreads his arms a little bit, and is shaking his head around, looking at all of this before spotting the one go over to Tempest. Tempest, look out!
What?
As
What?
for what the rest of you
There's-
are seeing in this first moment, the magic dispels and you see kind of a small flash of purple light, nothing that blinds you or clouds your vision for any amount of time. You feel the madness hit and shrug it off. And then the keyhole on the front just pops open and the box opens itself and you can see the torment fragment inside of it. And then Wrath has his moment. Tempest, your response
Yes.
now.
I jump and look at him. What? Is there something on me?
No, you don't see them? And he's still moving his head around, looking all around the area, even though has a blindfold on. There's more people, and he'll reach out and try and touch one of them, grab a shoulder or hand.
Are you sure you're okay, Wrath? There's nothing here.
Be so sure, Tempest. And he's still just watching.
Maybe take off the blindfold? You might be seeing things. Or think there's stuff here.
I don't think so. There's so many.
Or
Maybe it's the
maybe it's
spirits of
ghosts.
these people.
exactly.
Maybe.
The thought of blowing us one of them that it could have been a ghost that touched me gives me chills. Anyway, so what is that in the box?
It's a torment fragment.
Yes, it is. Something that my dear Peter was sealing away.
There's no chance that everything that has happened here, or currently happening here, is because of that little thing.
So, Wrath,
There were two,
this
we
is
said.
where the visions end. We hit that minute of time. So your hallucinations end. And Geraldine, you do remember that in the journal for the commander in the past, he had written about sealing techniques that he used to kind of put away the torment fragments and reduce their effects. This may be
Yeah,
what
but
he
we
was talking about.
Yeah, but we also know that sealing a fragment doesn't stop it, so it's just a temporary slowing down of things.
So, with you guys, I deal with the Ope fragment so far. What you do with the Torment one when you went?
We usually just shove it in our bag, but without touching it.
We cleanse it.
If we can, which we
Cleanse.
can't always, in which case we bear the burden ourselves.
How you cleanse it?
The hermit usually
far-
cleans it.
No, the hermit absorbed it? I don't think we're really sure exactly what the hermit did to it, right? Or am I thinking of something
Well,
else?
the hermit can actually hold it.
Yeah, that Wrath,
No.
you're correct. He touches them and they get absorbed into him. You don't really know what's happening exactly, besides he's clearly absorbing them.
Yeah,
He
no, he's the one
does,
who
every time that
can't
happens,
hold it.
remembers more, though.
And you are okay with that?
No, not really. That's why we tried to avoid it so far. But
And
we found that we can use hope fragments to kind of counteract and turn the torment to hope in some instances.
But
not always, right? Not always.
It takes tremendous will.
the hope must be greater than the torment.
And do you think that there is hope here somewhere?
Yes, I do.
I believe we all have a part of it.
There's always hope.
We are a group, and we bring hope. So
This is-
as each one of us, we all have hope as together. So yeah, there is hope.
Okay, I was thinking in a more pragmatic way about hope, fragment of hope around here.
Geraldine, do you remember what we did to help Iris back in the cave?
Yes, I remember that.
Similar method, essentially.
But there is no one else except us here, so or we found someone or we found something.
But what we did for her is somewhat similar to what we would do with the torment.
I
Can I
have
just
a
take a moment to say what we're trying to save is a small relic from a time long past that honestly is having nature take over it anyway. If you look at the temple, if there's any hope, it's to destroy this place so that it can regrow into something else, right? Surely.
Okay.
I have a suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
I can probably turn into a little fly, and you guys take out the torment and put the hope fragment in the box. Then lock me in the box with the hope fragment and see what happens.
Other than
What
us
the hell
leaving
did you
here,
just say?
I mean, except the interesting experimentation that came out from it, what will be the purpose of your self-sacrifice?
Maybe it might give us a little bit of a clue about the numbers on the statues.
I don't know, Twilight. I mean, the number was always the same, and we pretty much already know what the meaning of it. However, I'm not blasting your idea. I'm just suggesting that we gather more information before we do anything hazardly.
Okay, I was just throwing that out too.
Yeah,
You all,
just throwing away.
at this moment, start to hear shouts coming from back above, up above. Shouts of confusion. You can't make out what's being said because it's kind of echoing down the stairs. But you can tell there's panic almost up above.
We told them they were going to be attacked.
I'll handle it. And Wrath will start heading that way.
So, Wrath, as you start to head up the stairs and you get to the point where you can clearly see the top and the opening, you see like the roots of a tree start to crawl across and over the top of the opening. And by the time you kind of get up there when you might start going through, it stops moving and just kind of plants itself on top.
Huh. Can I hear anything from the other side of it still?
You can. The shouts are less frequent. Almost like more coordinated now, and they seem to be trying to figure out why all of the plants moved while being watched. But there doesn't seem to be any sounds of combat.
Fucking way to speak with these
Have me
assholes.
recount. I'm kind of lost on the situation.
The plants above in the garden moved around, and one of them has blocked your exit.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
They don't want us to leave. Wrath will call back.
what's going on up there?
I don't know, but the plants are blocking me. Should I try and cut it out of the way?
What about changing the hope fragment to the torment, or changing the torment fragment to a hope fragment and see what happens?
We'll
Yeah,
get
the
to that,
point is
Twilight.
we are trying to do that, Twilight. Is just we need a little bit more than an idea. We need, how can I say, a perfect way to doing it without wasting time and effort.
I'm gonna run to the foot of the steps.
I'm gonna like karate stab my hand into the roots and cast shocking grass.
Vez, hold up!
Okay, roll with advantage.
Damn it, I was too slow.
Wow, 17.
That hits.
Very
Now,
nice.
with the proper stat blocks in front of me, I realized that their ACs were lower than what I was running last time. In effect, though, they were supposed to be getting twice as many attacks also. So I gave them extra defense and nerfed their attacks on accident last week. But that's a hit.
Made the
It's
fight
9
more intense.
9 points of lightning damage, and it cannot take a reaction.
You can see from the down below position as the muscles kind of start twitching from the electric shock, but it doesn't
Keep going.
move.
You feel Tempest quickly grab onto your arm, just a few seconds too late before you struck.
What is it?
They attack when attacked, right?
I think they're already attacking those upstairs.
But do you hear combat going on?
Not yet.
Then there's still a chance that we could prevent that from happening.
I mean,
They weren't exactly a walk in the park.
Raph, you do hear one of the mercenaries up above kind of shout out to the rest of them that they're going to go get the captain.
so we're just leaving them to this fate?
Oh, it sounds like they're heading off now, huh? We could
One of
try to fight this thing now, though there's no guarantee it won't just cover itself up again while we're down here. Unless you think we're done down here.
No, I think we barely scratched the surface of what's down here. I was just trying to help your soldiers. But if you think they're fine, they'll be fine.
No, I totally get what you're doing. And it is appreciated, of course. I'm sure they'd be grateful. But if there's any chance that they're not actively fighting, we don't want to be accidentally putting them in the fight. Save your strength. We don't know what we could run into down here.
Okay, I'll trust you.
And then she
So,
smirks. My soldiers, huh?
So the rest of you do have a couple of minutes basically while they're up at the top of the stairs. Are you going to continue the conversation about Twilight's plan? Do anything else maybe?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
so Geraldine will
My
say,
suggestion was to take out the whole fragment out of the box, take out the torment fragments out of the box, and then put the whole fragment instead.
yeah,
That was my
as soon as you
suggestion.
try to reach out, Geraldine close the box.
No, I didn't reach out. I was just throwing that out as a suggestion.
Okay. No, I thought you were doing it. Okay, sorry.
No.
My misunderstanding.
No, you're good.
And Geraldine will say, yeah, before we do anything with this fragment in the box, I will say, Pius, in your previous experience, did you always found something that was the anchor or the crystal? Something
What do you
that
mean?
to be purified? Or you sometimes try directly on?
I
Crystal
believe we tried directly on the crystal, if I remember correctly.
So, okay. So you all guys want to try
And-
directly on the crystal at this point?
I mean, it's
Well,
worked
in the
before.
journal, it should say something about the torment fragment in the box, doesn't it?
Yeah, it did. Did they try to seal it away? As we already know, it doesn't work for... And she gesture, upstairs where all the plants are running amok.
Sorry, I meant
Raph,
the
Tempest, this is about the
whole
time you
fragment
rejoin
journal, the journal.
everybody. There's no hope fragment journal,
Okay.
Twilight.
Oh, okay.
We making progress soon here? Sorry about that.
Everything okay. We, I would say, had some interesting opinion.
Lips in
About what?
Twilight.
What?
No, I'm just side-eyeing Twilight when Geraldine says that.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking to me.
So, should we look around the rest of the crypt, or have we come up with an idea for where to go?
If we do want to explore this crypt more, I'd like to take a moment to do something before we do.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And-
What is it?
I'm going to use Eyes of the Grave.
This is the one that lets you detect undead within 60 feet, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Since it basically just lasts for like a turn or two, are you
Until the
walking
end of your
around
next
what you
turn,
can? Yeah. So you get 2 turns basically to work with this. From your starting vantage point, the tunnel you're directly next to, you sense no undead down that one. And as far as you can down the others, you don't sense any others from that standstill position. And if you take the time to kind of go up to the entrance of each of the other tunnels, out to that 60 feet down where the wall is, you don't feel any undead down any of them.
Okay.
Okay.
And
It seems we are alone for now.
There is one thing that does pop as undead, though. It's something inside of Geraldine's bag.
Well, Pius already knows what that is. Oh no.
Oh.
Pius looks directly at Geraldine's bag and then looks up at her and then tilts his head.
perception.
Do we notice this?
You can all see his movements for sure.
Is
Geraldine,
everything
look at
okay?
Pius.
I'm not sure, actually. He's still...
He's still looking at
What?
Geraldine.
What, Pius? I just smile with my pointy teeth.
Your bag.
My satchel here? Yeah, what about it?
Something is undead inside of that bag.
Oh. Geraldine will take out the only thing she acquired recently, just the skull, and she will look into it and...
In the dimmer light that's down here, you notice something about the skull you didn't notice before. In the center of the forehead, there's this slight purple tint.
We can tell what it is.
You can tell it's a skull.
Oh,
To
but we don't know
be
which one.
or not to be? That is the question here. What's going on?
What
Oh,
do you
just
got there, Geraldine?
an undead skull, apparently. Someone is a little bit more alive than he should be.
And I will, kind of knock at the skull, almost like,
Wakey, wakey. I know you're in there.
Is a skull
Why don't
alive?
we talk a bit?
It takes a moment before there's any type of response that you get.
Who's there? What time is it? Oh God, am I late for the tests?
Having a
Hello
hard time
there.
hearing it.
You were supposed to be completely dead, and you're not. Did you know that you are dead?
Why would I be dead? That doesn't make sense. Wait, where am I? Who are you? What's going on?
Those are the catacombs where you put the fragment. And you're being dead because your time passed long, long time ago. It's been almost 1,000 years.
they stand correct on that affirmation.
That is accurate information. And you see him immediately kind of start to file into the 5 stages of grief. And even though he's not like outwardly expressing it, he seems to be getting himself lost in that bit of madness as the purple tint on his forehead starts to get darker and spread out.
So, a little undead skull here. Are you, what can I say, interested to have a chat before you go all loopy and sad?
No. Now this has to be a trick. You're from the Incendium Populace, aren't you? Your enemy soldiers, you broke into our base in the middle of the night. That I can't be dead. I have so much that I still need to get done.
Okay, I get it. You're not dead. It cannot be possible, and etc., etc. Even if you think about it, death is the only certainty you have from the moment you start to breathe your life away. It's been a long time. Focus. You put the crystal away. You try to stop the spreading of madness. And that before you started to write in your journal and started to lose a bit of it yourself every single day. Are you with me so far?
I know that this is a trick. If I'm dead, it is because you killed me. You're just trying to get our research. You're trying to get our weapons. I'm not
So
going to
I'm
let this stand.
Okay.
I need everybody to roll a dexterity save.
And dexterity save. Okay. Thirsty 20.
23.
23, dirty 20, a 10, 23, 15. Pius, Twilight, the 2 of you fail the save. Everybody else passes. Got a math real quick.
Yay.
Wait, you said okay, dexterity. Okay.
Yep. A fireball goes off centered on him. And for those 2 that failed, you take 54 fire damage. Everyone else takes the half at 27.
I took none because as a rogue I can evade it.
Beautiful. Does anyone else have ways to reduce the damage?
I think I do. I think I have my lesser restoration. Let's see.
You have absorb
I'm gonna
elements.
cast.
I do have absorb elements. I'm gonna use it.
Yeah, especially because lesser restoration doesn't, cancel damage.
Yeah.
Just
That's my cleaning spell.
I am also gonna cast absorb elements. I'm gonna cast it at a 3rd level spell.
Okay.
I save 9.
Okay. So
Do I
how
roll it?
much damage is that
Yep.
wrath that you take?
27 minus 9, so 18.
18. Okay. Wait, absorb elements, you said? That
No.
gives you resistance.
It does. What do you roll with it then? What is this on your next turn?
Resistance halves damage.
Okay, then I am not casting that at 3rd level. I'm casting that at 1st. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah,
So
that's fine. So you take 13 damage.
Yeah.
Pius, do you have any way to reduce the damage?
Sure don't.
Ouch. Tibis takes
You know,
27 from a past save. And Geraldine, you can notice at this point as that fireball goes off. Obviously, he's angry. He's accepting at least that he is dead, in fact. But he's refusing to accept the situation. And you notice very clearly as the fire subsides, Tempest is kind of like standing there, almost ignoring it and just glaring at you with a small amount of malice.
Geraldine is actually looking at her and just,
A little help. I don't want to set these things off over and over.
Yeah, that sucked.
and I actually have an idea. Geraldine will play using minor illusion and thaumaturgy, are coming to the place, finding the tower, finding his corpse, and letting me see what is the place, the surrounding us, and how the torment fragment twisted it. So maybe I can persuade him, believe me, with kind of visual proof.
Gods, no, this can't be 1,000 years. My village, it's gods. There has to be a way that I can either save it or go back go back or something.
And that's what we are doing here. Try to save the Highroad. So, are you willing to collaborate now? Because the people you're attacking right now are your only chance to fix it.
So it's pretty obvious that you've managed to at least walk him through the first few stages of this already. As even for a skull, he looks like he's really sad at this point.
Fix it. It's 1,000 years late. So fixing what was happening to my village at this point, it's gonna be gone. There's no point anymore.
Your village maybe is gone, but the people around the Highroad, the people that are trying to live their life, they are still on. And as a member of this higher purpose that you have, there is a duty there, not just towards the people that you know, but also to the people you should or you can protect. Helping us, helping you will give us a better chance.
That sounds worse than just death. We're being humans. You won't treat us as monsters. We are monsters. We're monsters. Slaughter us on sight. Now you want me to help your kind. Maybe even worse for those.
Sorry, Jess, I didn't catch the last part.
He basically there at the end was like, it would be even worse for those, like helping humans, that they're monsters and it would only be worse to help you, but he does just kind of trail off. It would only make it worse for those, and he kind of stops right there.
Berlin is exhaling, and a glare at Tempest again, like...
This is right next to you now.
So it would be obvious
Okay.
enough to most of you that whoever this actually is, they weren't human. They weren't an elf, a newtie, a dwarf, or anything like that. They were something else masquerading as the commander of this facility.
As I step up from behind Geraldine, I make sure, unless this guy can't see, but I make sure the crest is visible. Just doesn't add a glare.
So,
Go ahead. You can go, Geraldine.
no, I mean, my dear, is right now I'm running out of options here because this thing, it doesn't want to collaborate, and except smashing it to dust, at the moment I cannot think about any other interesting solution, and I don't want to.
I can
At least
cast diffuser.
Hey, did you even care or ever intend to even help with with what was actually put here in the first place? Or were you into all of this for yourself and nothing more?
Geraldine
My
just looked at
village
her.
was suffering. I found an opportunity, but I took it. I don't care about you humans. You're worse. I wasn't trying to save any of you, but don't think for a moment that it was selfish and just for myself.
It's definitely an honorable choice, and honestly, who could blame you? Of course, that time is gone and past now. Your actions here, though, have disrupted the flow of everything that's going on, and that is what is current.
It doesn't matter to me unless you're trying to tell me that humans have changed, that they can accept monsters amongst them.
I think the key here is humans aren't the same. Some are amazing, some are insufferable, but you have tasks. And at the end of it all, we just want to make sure that no one down the road suffers any further. And I don't think you want to leave behind a legacy that leaves a mark on who you are. We just want to eliminate the fragments.
I guess, at least, that would be best for the whole world. Whether it's humans, monsters, or anything else. Those fragments, them and their source needs to just be eliminated. This world doesn't deserve that pain.
Take it from me, as a demon who's part werewolf. You have our word, and everything we mean. And when it's all said and done, I will do what I can, so that you can truly pass on in the most peace possible.
The conversation with all of you at this point seems to kind of finally be settling into his head and clearing his thoughts. And you notice an ethereal movement coming off of the skull in over a handful of seconds, you see what would be best described as a ghost, now kind of standing adjacent to Geraldine. The purple tint in the skull gone, its body instead tinted with this purple. It stands nearly 7 feet tall, with skin that looks almost like a bag pulled tight over the muscle and bone. Its near nose is almost non-existent, and its eyes look like in life they were just these almost gaping holes into its skull. And it's kind of looking down at the ground right now, solemnly.
Do I recognize this kind of creature based on my reading?
You can roll a knowledge check, your choice of which one you think would be most relevant. I'm not sure if I've covered this with you yet, but any knowledge can potentially get you information for what you're looking for. There's just a knowledge that's most relevant and will have the lowest DC. Others will have higher DCs.
Fair enough. I will look. The thing is, this doesn't feel to me as a nature creature, something like a natural evolution. I feel like there is some arcane magic involved into it, so I will try with that if you allow it.
All right, go ahead and roll your Arcana.
14.
Oh, there I go, hitting bad buttons. So you do recognize it. Not that you really know much about this particular type of creature. It is a doppelganger. Everyone kind of knows a baseline, like they're these alien-looking creatures that can transform into other people. Usually to subterfuge human societies, bring them low, potentially in some cases, try to lure humans into villages of monsters to consume them.
And I comment to Twilight, people think I am the monster. This is almost whispered to her.
What did you say?
Nothing.
No, out of game. I really didn't catch it.
Oh, okay. Above the table, I whispered to Tempest, and people think I am the monster.
Are you saying that to me or Tempest?
No. So Tempest, because she's literally close to me, and I whisper to her here. But anyway, Geraldine will keep holding the skull and just let Tempest lead the way. Right now, she seems to have obtained some more information.
So I just sent a picture of kind of an average appearance for a doppelganger.
Mhm.
And that's more or less what this guy looks like.
So, looking up at him, will you help us at least locate these things? They cannot be controlled. It was never going to work that way.
Well, if you're telling the truth and it's been 1,000 years, I can't guarantee they'll be where I left them. Not to mention, if I was the only one who died here and the others escaped, they could have taken them with. I don't know. But we kept the blade.
I like the voice, Jazz, but it is really hard to understand it.
Bah humbug. So he basically says, with 1,000 years passing, if that really is the truth, he can't guarantee you they'd be where he left them. Especially like if he was the only one that died, they may have taken them with and left the compound. But one, the blade, the actual experimental weapon they were developing, was typically kept out at the training grounds. And the other fragment that they had, he buried beneath the tower.
Geraldine will smile and do a comment about the fact that she thought that there was something beneath the tower, but she just almost talking to herself.
And what of the box? A third one?
Oh, I can already see that you have that one. I kept it here at the top of the statue where no one would look, except apparently you.
I find a bit of calmness in who that statue is, but we all appreciate what you were doing here. If we can retrieve the other two and do what we must to get rid of them, you will have my word that no disgrace will come to you, who you were, your legacy, and you will be given the proper burial you desire.
I don't care about burials or what happens to me at this point. But if you find yourselves in my village, down the road towards Eldwyn, if it's still there, if you can save it from the madness that took it, I'd be eternally in your debt.
We have a lot of saving planned. I don't think that's too much of an ask.
How far down the
We'll
road?
do it.
Oh, let me double check my notes here.
Couple 100 miles, roughly.
Thanks.
We'll do that. And for my own peace of mind, though, me and the rest of the Keinherst above would feel much better doing what is right with your remains. Even if you were not truly here for any of us in the past, that's not how they remember it.
The Keinherst. Fuck the Keinherst. But the soldiers.
With the-
They at least treated me well when I was here, even if they didn't know who I really was.
You have no idea how much I agreed with that statement just now. But yes, not all of them were bad.
You know,
Maybe you can rest
if
easier.
if you really agree with that statement about the Keinherst, maybe you could do something to get them taken care of. Remove them from the world too. They're the ones that wanted this blasted research done into this weapon.
They have done a lot of things to me in such a short span of my life. I have plans to raise hell at the end of this road.
Quite literally, actually.
Maybe that can make you feel better at the very least as well, on top of the other things.
You do
I'll
notice
use
him
the
kind of
name.
like
I'll use.
you do notice him kind of like lift his head and smirk in response to, like that could make him feel better.
And, in a way, I'm using what I was given by them this point in time, just as you used what you could get from them then.
Yeah.
Well then, perhaps it's time for us to move on. And I'm going to make sure your skull gets back to your body.
Geraldine roll her eyes.
Well, yeah, you're right. It's probably about time I move on. About 1,000 years late, actually, unless there's anything else you think I can help you with.
Hey. Tempest turns to the rest of the group. With that, anything else kind of look on her face?
I kind of point to the box and shrug my shoulders, like, maybe.
It's already been discussed.
I got nothing.
Yeah, I don't think anything else is truly coming to mind. Oh,
Nada.
I do have one curious question, though. This might be far-fetched, but
What would
when
that
you
be?
started here, were you aware of who was ruling the kingdom of the Keinherst? The name of the individual?
When I first infiltrated here, I knew nothing of the Keinherst. Everything I learned about them, I learned about during my time here. My
No one ever
memories are
mentioned?
a bit foggy, so I don't remember his name at the time, at least.
I understand. Well, I won't pry too hard on the matter. Thank you for being willing to work with us in this moment.
He nods, and you kind of see him close his eyes, lift his head up towards the ceiling, and you actually see the statue of Ferroti kind of begin to glow softly with a bit of a kind of warmth in it. Almost the opposite of the whole cold embrace of death moment, as you see him kind of fade away.
Tempest smiles at the statue, crosses her arms, satisfied with herself. Then she side-eyes Geraldine.
Geraldine is putting the skull back in the satchel. Like, yes.
It's gonna go back.
Okay, now the question is, and don't get this wrong, I just try to really understand. What beneficial part of just putting back together bones? There's nothing in them except information.
Death is just as sacred as life. You take a piece away, there is no true rest. And I just gave him my word. Whether he cared or not, I have to keep my end, even if just for myself. And you keeping that prevents it from being whole.
Okay, I will just gather a little bit of info and give it back the skull to you. Deal?
Okay, as long as it's intact.
So we're going to backstep just a little bit, because there was a realization that there was something pretty important that wanted information on. It's not a big backstep. It's just one last question before he actually faded. So, Geraldine, you think of this question before he starts to fade away, but kind of after he took that stance and started looking up at the ceiling with closed eyes.
I'm sorry. Before you go, you are not Oliver. You're not Helga. You're not Jadine, Polly, or whatever other names you choose. But what happened to the real Oliver Duran? Where did you put him?
He's below the tower as well. Actually, I had a secret chamber I built utilizing that half staircase in the bedroom. If you step onto the steps and speak a command word, it will open up a portal to the space. The space where I buried that damned crystal as well. I kept his body alive in a stasis so that I could probe his mind for information as I needed.
The stasis is permanent?
I'm not sure. It may still be going, it may not.
Okay. What's the command word?
He speaks a word in deep speech. And it's pretty. It's basic. It's essentially open sesame, but he says it in deep speech, and then
I look at-
comments that, and then comments that he knew it would be safe because very few people know that language.
I nod and I give a glance to Tempest, and at that point I look at her and just anything else before we let him go.
Well, now I'm pretty sure that is probably what we need.
Good, thank you. And
So,
at that point, I will put the skull away.
all right. So now that the questioning's actually done, you see him actually, stand, do the closing his eyes again, looking at the ceiling, the statue of Ferodi glowing, as if pulling her into the worm afterlife versus death's cold embrace, into a worm happy eternity before he fades away. And then Tempest, Geraldine, the two of you have your little discussion about, gave his word to make sure properly buried and all that.
And I will add a tiny little bit about that after we agree on me taking some info out of this skull. I understand that you still have some, duty and respect for this thing. I think we have a better chance now to actually find the real Oliver, and also maybe still alive.
That could be the best outcome. It would probably be best if I relay this to the unit.
I will say maybe you keep it as a surprise before giving them hope, just to avoid making everyone hoping for something that maybe is not there.
Surprise them with it, or just give them the blunt truth that he may not be alive. Either way, I'm okay with either.
Your troop, your choice, my dear.
I at least want to fill them in on the other bits. At the very least. But maybe that could wait a little. But at the same time, I can see how that could be problematic later if they start asking questions as to who the man that they thought isn't.
Right? There is a lot of, there is a lot of problems, a lot of, did we, bury the right one? Did we, all things that we want to avoid right now.
I think for starters, we probably don't need to search all of these tunnels down here. We're probably more or less wrapped up. Why don't we get above ground for a bit?
Geraldine just shake her shoulder like, okay, can you wait me just for a minute?
Tempest just watches.
And Geraldine will lead down one of the tunnels. Not too much, just to see if there is any alcove with bones and other things like that, because this place is technically a catacombs.
Yeah, absolutely. Which tunnel? Tell me basically the time on the clock for which tunnel you would go down.
12.
12? Yeah, as you start heading down the tunnel, you notice that above each of the spots where there's an opening to put in a casket, there's a symbol above it, and you're not familiar with it entirely, but it does look like a symbol for a military rank above it. And down this tunnel, all of them have that same insignia above them. There's only 2 caskets down this hallway, though, and they're both down towards the end of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I will try to reach the first one and look into the casket.
You open it up to find a skeleton, one that's clad in full plate armor. It has its arms over its chest, its hands gripping the hilt of a longsword that's got the blade pointing down towards its feet.
Mm-hmm. Without removing any of the equipment or anything like that, my hand just lay on top of the skull, where there is the face is still visible, and I call upon her because there is more things to feed upon, more info to collect, and I have my duties.
Yeah, you can feel as the typical process goes through the pulling of information from the bones. And as far as the flashes and bits that you kind of process as the intermediary, this individual had been the commander of this outpost prior to Oliver Durin, before they started performing the experiments. And you do get a vision of the area with normal trees, with non-fleshy bushes and flowers. It was midsummer in this particular flash of memory, so there was relatively no snow on the ground. Mm-hmm. At that particular point, they were there mostly as an intermediary point between the actual Castle Keinherst in Eldwyn and the front lines. They were supposed to be a place where the injured could be brought to be healed, where tactical plans could be relayed, and other things involving the war.
Okay. When the process hand, I open my little note. I had a little line, and I smile and I come back to my team. Everything took between probably 10 minutes, and I just walk upstairs with them.
Okay. Right. So it's somewhere around 5:45 at this point. And as you head back up the stairs, you still see the tree is over the entrance itself.
Anyone got some fire?
Do you want me to take care of it?
I start to put my hand on the handle of my rapier.
I don't think it's moving otherwise.
I just stab it.
All right, you have advantage on the roll.
Perfect. Give me 1 second. So the best one is a 17 plus 12.
That is
So
definitely a hit.
29. And okay. Going to just add all my bonuses and etc. Give me 1 second. In the meantime, if you wanna tell me the reaction of these things, if there is any reaction.
So it kind of like jumps slightly, almost like if someone were walking and they like stepped on something sharp and small, like the foot bouncing back up. But it quickly kind of settles back into position.
Okay.
Is it a no-go?
These things doesn't want to. I mean, my little nudge was not enough. Tempest, why don't you give him the final blow?
And I gesture welcoming her to doing it, and I step on the side.
Well, there's no indicator whether it's actually weakened enough or not. She stares at it for a moment, looks back at the group, and then swiftly stabs it with a small dagger.
A big one.
You have advantage, so roll 3d20.
Even 3.
And of course, if it's not gonna move, then it's gonna stay implanted, essentially. What kind of attack is this considered? Unarmed? Well, I'm not unarmed, but...
No, it's a weapon attack, but it's a dex-based attack, so you get the 3d20 because you have advantage in elven accuracy.
Okay, basically, is it the plus 10 or the plus 13?
Do we not
I
have
don't use the dagger
Soul Drinker
often.
properly marked?
No, we do not have it in here.
So it is a +3 dagger, so +8, you're almost guaranteed to hit, honestly. So just roll the 3d20. We're seeing if you crit. Nope, no crit, but you definitely hit. It is 1d4 plus modifier. Dex modifier, so you should have a +6.
We'll have to get that in there appropriately next time.
Yes, I do need to add that properly in there.
Like, of course, if it's not gonna move, I'm keeping this thing embedded.
You're just gonna keep it stabbed in there.
Yeah,
Just wiggle it around, see if it'll like.
just start trying to dig it in there.
Since you have the intention of basically leaving it in there, when it kind of bounces
I'm
up that
holding
same
on to
kind of
it, though.
movement. Okay. So it tries to like bounce up, but your strength just in general can probably keep it from being able to fully lift its root up. But it comes back down even with the blade still in it. And it doesn't move from this position. As you all can see and take note of the fact that its life force is being drained into this very beautifully crafted ornate blade that, yeah, all of you except Geraldine would recognize as Soul Drinker.
And this might take a bit, but it'll wither.
Maybe it's a sign that we need to go explore all the tunnels.
That would be an unfortunate sign.
Are you just going to leave the blade
No one's
embedded in
stopping you,
there?
Twilight. My intention is to keep it impaled until its life force actually just gets seeped into zero. This is one of the rare moments where it is literally being stubborn and just going to die.
Because Geraldine doesn't know what these things that you just found means, she will look at you perplexed.
Is everything okay?
Everything's fine. I mean, some people here might be a bit concerned, but it'll get the job done, and it will be dead in time.
Why should people feel concerned? Are you
I
about
mean, just
to do
around you.
You
Yeah,
can see as you're talking, this blade is continuously drawing the life force out of this tree.
I mean, Tempest, I think we saw worst.
Tempest glances back at Wrath before back to Geraldine.
We've been attacked by creature of shadow. We have seen incarnation of entities that are from beyond time, and
And I look at Pius.
he literally had a god inside his head. So A little bit of energy stealing is not a great deal.
So,
I mean,
mean,
it could just
about
move
this
out of our
point-
fucking way.
about this point, it only takes about a minute for it to die, just a little over. A minute and a half. And as it's been draining, the muscles and everything are kind of like shriveling up. Watching essentially the body age and decay rapidly over a minute and a half is slightly disconcerting. But when it finally dies, Tempest, like you can feel it as the muscles kind of give out tension and the tree just slumps over. It doesn't move because it died before choosing to move. And now there's basically the corpse of a tree hanging over this spot.
Oh, for fuck's
It's
sake.
dried. It's dried out. It's dead. I'm gonna use what strength I got to just, wipe this thing out of the way.
All right, you're going
Oh,
to try to muscle it out of the way?
Yeah.
So there's not enough space side by side for two of you to try it in once. Ultimately,
push on her
though,
butt.
loss of... Okay. All right, you have advantage. Tempest, it is a strength check. D20 plus strength modifier.
Plus strength modifier. Is it 21 do it?
Yeah, so it was only supposed to be 1d20, but the first roll is a 21. So 21 does kind of like push the roots out enough, in a way enough, that there's an opening you could crawl through. You could squeeze through to get out.
Now, will it close if I let go, or will it stay as is if I go to move through it?
It'll stay open. You essentially pushed the root off to the side when you did that.
Okay, so I'm gonna make my way through the hole and then try to pull a little bit here, give maybe an inch or two extra for everyone else. Alrighty, let's get out of here.
Let's
Right
go.
after you.
We have a very, very important person to find.
So you all are able to climb your way out, and when you get out, Tempest, you being the first one to climb out, the other trees and bushes and such don't seem to be reacting to your presence right now.
I wouldn't fight this either. She
You
makes a
think
comment to
they're
herself.
focused on the group from earlier, even though they can't see them?
As you're saying that, and you're all standing out there, you do hear like one of the other soldiers off to the west side, the opening on the west side of the garden area there. He's shouting, "Look! Look! They're coming out! They're fine!"
Someone was worried.
My tone is sarcastic.
I hadn't yet put the dagger away, so it's still in my hand, by the way.
Hold on, you said you're putting it away, or that you're keeping it out?
I hadn't yet put it away. So if they approach and they see it, well, they'll see it.
It'll take them a moment to get over there. You have time to put it away if you so choose.
Nope, not in a hurry. Low-key intentional.
So as the couple that were standing watch that are still out there finish approaching, you notice the one that's standing over at the east entrance run back off towards the tower. More than likely, intention is to get the captain. And the one that had been shouting before, it gets up to you. High spirits, noticing all of you have come out and you look unscathed. So apparently there wasn't much difficulty down there.
Did you find that blade down there?
No,
No.
I've had it on my person for quite a bit at this point. But I
Okay.
did, which is the only reason I brought it out.
Well, I mean, if you're not, looting the corpses and, disrespecting them, I honestly, I believe you. There's no reason for me not to.
I look, I'm dead in the eye, too. I am the last person who would ever do such a thing. In this case, anyway.
Geraldine is just
All right.
smiling.
Well, I'm not sure what happened to y'all down there, but pretty sure Captain would like some type of update, because, y'all got trapped down there. You were down there for almost, 45 minutes. Well, close to an hour.
Catacombs. They're big to explore.
I'm a cleric, so I was making sure that there's no unruly spirits or undead.
He kind of like just nods and is like,
Okay, sure. You tell the captain about anything, if anything stood out, was interesting, or anything that you learned. It's gonna go over my head anyways. This is honestly like the third job I've had since I decided to get into this line of work. I'm not very experienced.
You'll get there. Well, we should probably reconvene then. Would you like to lead the way?
she turns and kind of starts heading out towards the tower, the wizard's tower again. As you approach, you do see the captain come out the door. He's not followed by any of the mercenaries, not even the one that had run off to get him originally.
So, how was it down there? Did you find what you were looking for?
I'd say we found more than we intended. But good stuff,
You still have the blade out?
Honestly, let's just say I forgot to put it away, so I start going to do that.
You do notice his eyes kind of dart down and then dart back up to meet yours, but he doesn't say anything. At least not in regards to that.
Well, do we have a plan yet to deal with all of this? Because at least from what my men told me while you were down there, the trees the ones that you had blown to pieces just suddenly regenerated and all of the plants shuffled around.
Yeah, we figured that. One of them ended up covering the entrance, so it was a bit of a time-consuming to get out of there.
Pain in someone's house. Mainly it's...
Well, that might explain why we didn't find the entrance to the catacombs when we were over there before, if these things have been covering it up.
But I'd say we do more or less have a plan at this point.
All right. And what's our part in it?
Do we all want to go over this right now? Or do we all want to take the time to just sit for a moment, discuss our findings, and go from there?
Go over it right now.
We should relax.
You can relax when surrounded by plant people?
Yes, as long as they're not undead.
I just gotta say that comment in your background there, Deuce, was so perfectly timed. I know, this is incredible.
Yeah. I don't know how y'all can hear her because, I got settings turned down and everything. I guess this mic is just really good. I don't know.
I guess.
Yeah, because I've been hearing her all night, too.
Yeah.
All night?
There's been a few times throughout it all.
My bad.
But at this point, the sun is also starting to go down.
Yeah. We should go back to the camp. Go ahead.
We should at least... you don't think we can gather these two things before it gets too late? We know where one of them is for sure. The other can't be too hard to find it in the training grounds, right?
Yeah, it could be a lot easier than we're thinking. I just wasn't sure if it was worth risking it getting dark. And we know the campsite is relatively safe. But if we want to speedrun this, we can.
Why not?
Say we at least take a look beneath the tower and see what's there.
Fair enough. Captain, I usher everyone. I give that nod, go ahead to the tower, start doing that. Captain, a word with you,
yes.
please?
What is it?
Just a quick recap. There are 3 crystals total, fragments. And we've gotten 1 from the catacombs as expected.
3 crystals?
3 torment fragments. The reason for all of this craziness going on here.
Oh, that's an
It's the
unsettling name.
Yes, we've been encountering them quite a bit on our journey. Luckily, there are ways to combat it. Unfortunately, those in the past couldn't quite figure out how to do so. Hence the chaos before us now.
So, these crystals, these torment fragments, can mutate things? And that's why these trees are all made of flesh and bone and skin. Is my understanding correct?
You're more or less on point. Madness and corruption are a key component of these things. Those who gain possession of them or remain in close proximity of them for long enough time, they start to lose themselves, their humanity. The aftermath is not usually pretty.
Well, what do you think the chances are that some of those strange occurrences we've experienced may have been caused by these?
It is a possibility. And the fact that you've been here for the time that you have, you've done well not to lose yourselves, even to the slightest things.
Would you mind showing me this crystal? That way, in our future ventures, we'll know what to keep an eye out for. As it is, we'll already have to relay and see if we can get permission to revisit some of the places we've been. Because if these torment fragments are to blame, it's something we should probably go back and collect.
Before I answer, I looked to see if anyone stayed. Present.
I did.
Right there.
I did.
And you had the box last, didn't you? The cube.
Yeah, I still have the box.
Geraldine.
Yes. Are we
Would you
sure?
be- It's a strong look. Don't touch.
I remind you what's happened when we open those boxes and such. Maybe I can show him drawings. You choose. It's your man's, not mine.
Captain,
I'm not
is there
sure
a
if
way-
drawings can do justice to the actual crystals, but again, I'll defer to your judgment.
Is there anyone in your party that would have the ability to relay mental images from memory?
No. Unfortunately, there's only one amongst us with any proficiency with spells, and it's pretty much exclusively healing.
Okay. Without further ado, Geraldine will, extend her arm and almost I'm not fluctuating. Yeah, no, probably. When something hovering above anything, there is the crystal. It's a minor illusion, but he doesn't know, and is a perfect replica of what we saw and we've seen every single time.
Ah, that's strange. I've seen one of those before, but not since we've started our journey down this road. Lord Keinherst keeps one as a sort of prize, been passed down through the generations.
Of course he does.
I don't know. That
So at least
throws
you're familiar
some
with it.
doubt, though, into how dangerous these are. If one of those has been kept just idly by at the castle for all of these centuries, you'd think there'd be more problems.
And really take the time right here, right now. Would you say that there's not problems happening?
The problems are no worse than anywhere else. Little civil unrest, the peasants get upset, in particular those who live in poverty. But there's not mutant trees, there aren't monsters lurking around the corner. There aren't people going mad and screaming their lungs out or attacking each other. We don't have any higher rate of suicide than anywhere else. Honestly, other than the knights that make up his elite guard, I wouldn't even say any of the people are all that off or different. But out of individuals in the upper echelon, you expect them to be abnormal. I mean, look at yourself.
And myself?
You're a blade, and yet you don't look like anyone else. You are demonic, have clothes that only few would wear. Honestly, if that's what's causing the issues with those amongst the knights, then perhaps these fragments are having more of an effect on all of you than you think. Maybe they're beginning to mutate all of you.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. As we have done our part to counteract them. Tempest holds up her wrist, where the Hope Fragment bracelet, I believe, should still be.
The one that you gave to me?
I give you the necklace to wear.
Oh, the necklace. That's right. You're right.
I don't mean any disrespect by this. Please understand, this is just me trying to be cautious. But we're talking madness, things that can drive people to not necessarily perceive their surroundings as they believe them. Be sure that you're not just misunderstanding what's happening around you, that these fragments haven't altered your ideas of what's happening.
I would say that I've had a lot of an awakening experience as to what these things are doing to the world. Each one that is found, the goal is to destroy them. Nothing more, nothing less. It is not my job to sway people from their decisions. But I will still do what I can to try to save those that are willing to accept the help from the fall into the madness that they could end up in. But it's fine.
This does put me in a bit of a difficult position. As you just stated, it is your goal, your need, whatever it may truly be, to destroy these crystals. That would mean that at the end of your journey, when you do reach Eldwyn, that you would attempt to destroy the one that the Lord Keinherst keeps as a prized possession. I am an actual member of the Keinherst's military. I hope you see my problem here.
Oh, I do. I can honestly see it. And I'm sure you are absolutely loyal to the name that is the Keinherst. I have set on this journey to do nothing more than to prove myself to them. After they thought so little of me in the beginning, they may not listen to what I have to say at the end. But I will do what I can to prove to them that I'm just trying to make things better. No one needs to get hurt. No one needs to die. And that's never going to be the intention in this matter. You're a good person. And honestly, stay strong in your convictions for yourself and your team and those you care about back home. At this point, it's probably the best thing you could do. And I'll just keep walking my own path in this regard.
As you say that, you see him reach his arm up and draw his claymore.
You speak of convictions and maintaining true to them. Are you willing to prove your conviction on this to me? Prove you have the will to overcome the madness that these may be causing in you? Prove to me that your cause is just and not a delusion?
She locks eyes with him. Yes, I can prove to you that I will stand strong by my word.
Fine. You said there are training grounds here. It means there should be an acceptable space for a duel. Let's gather everyone up and head there. And then prove to me that these torment fragments as you call them, are an actual threat that they need to be destroyed.
At that point, Geraldine will just put her hands on Tempest's shoulder and remind her of Iris, because that's I mean, the proof is right there, and it is, and that girl was part of his family.
That's true.
The captain just continues to keep, the captain continues to keep his eyes locked on yours, waiting for a response.
What about Iris? I know
How do
you know that name. Suffering, bound and locked in a cave. The journey that we witnessed of her life and then setting her free so that she may live her life and be free of that curse. She told us everything.
So you're claiming that a woman who went missing nearly 200 years ago was in a cave on this road, and you found her and saved her?
Yes.
And she was put there by your own family because she was touched by those fragments, ostracized, and blamed just for being herself.
And I put the minor illusion of her face.
And this is where my lack of knowledge in magic may be working against all of us. Fact is, you can produce falsities with magic. You produce them in abundance. The fact is, you could be doppelgangers for all I know at this point. Ones who were able to read my mind enough to know what my expectations were of Tempest and her party. Read my mind to know of my ancestor, to be able to pull her face from memories of what I saw in paintings.
Captain, I remind you that I asked your surname, and I implied things long before we had this discussion, so you can not believe what I just showed you. But don't accuse us of things that we are not, because you know exactly that what we're telling you is the truth.
Would you say this is more intimidation or persuasion on your part, Geraldine?
Geraldine's tone is intimidating, but she's trying persuasion.
All right, go ahead and roll persuasion for me.
How exactly is he holding his blade right now?
It has been pointed at you since it was drawn. His arm held up, perpendicular to his body. After you say that, though, he does lower his blade.
You're right. You brought it up actually quite quickly after meeting us. But that still doesn't truly prove that you're not some malevolent force. This only drives my point behind proving your convictions to me, though, Tempest.
I look at Tempest.
It is up to you.
I got this. I pull my scythe from behind me and then throw it down into the ground. And then walk away from it up to him. We will have that fight, regardless. Because I'm pretty sure at this point I need to prove something. As far as Iris, contact my aunt. Talk to Raven, as she has actually been the one guiding her to the nearest town from where we found them. She will vouch.
He never takes his eyes away from yours throughout this entire process. And then you just hear him shout, not at you, but obviously towards you because he's looking at you, but not at you.
Men, head to the training grounds. Now.
Just a quick note, has anyone else been watching this from the group?
Let me ask, who decided to head into the tower when she first mentioned it?
Wrath went in, but Calm is hiding under your clothing right now. Or not under your clothing, but like in your stuff. Because you had him last, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Pius. How about Pius? Did Pius head into the tower at the beginning of all this?
Yeah, he would.
Okay. Twilight, you were eager to get in there from the start, so I'm sure you went into the tower. What? Twilight was eager to go into the tower from the start, so I believe you probably headed straight in there.
The whole damn time.
So Wrath, at least partway through it, Calm probably sent you a message being like, whoa, shit's getting serious down here. But not necessarily that there was a problem. But all of you would hear while you're up on the second floor, kind of explaining things to the mercenaries up there, or trying to get them out if you don't want them to go into the portal and the secret room. That's when you all hear the captain shout for everyone to head to the training grounds.
Seems Tempest upset the captain. We should probably go and see about this. Besides, Geraldine and Tempest are the only ones that can speak that blasted language. Oh wait, Pius, can you speak it?
1 second. Why is voice mod crashing? No, I can't. It's the only one I can't speak.
Oh, blast him.
What is the language?
Deep speech.
You cannot speak
I don't
it
think
either.
you know it.
Oh, I was just curious what it was.
Let's go get him. Head back out.
So the captain, again, he does not take his eyes off of yours, Tempest. He continues to stare very directly even as everyone starts coming out of the tower and the mercenaries start heading south towards the training grounds, which is Area E. It's literally right there south of it. There's no entrance from this side where you are, though, so they start filing around the side and down the tree line to the front.
All right.
We're going to meet him.
What's that?
Bless you.
Thank you. This would be much easier if my aunt was here, but let's go do this.
I
Pick up my sights along the way.
Did you recover your sight? Just sight.
Yeah, no. As I'm walking away, I pull it back from the ground, kind of have it over my shoulder, and just walk along.
Do we have any way to contact your aunt? Sometimes Twilight send messages, I think. I'm not sure.
I'll be honest. She kind of comes and goes, just like my uncle. And I don't exactly know how much faith I can have in Quay tracking them down.
Yeah,
And
okay.
I can't send messages like that. At least I don't think I can.
Not going to spoil your fun, Tempest. I enjoy a good duel. The other thing is, we have so much to do, and this feels like no, I don't want to say a waste of time. It will be not correct. Let's
Geraldine, I urge you all to continue the mission.
Okay, I will go. And then in time, maybe Wrath will be here, just in case.
I put myself in this position, and I don't see them doing anything dirty or just unsportsmanlike in this situation. Let me handle this, and you guys handle what's in front of us. Let's not delay on that.
As you wish, my dear. As you wish.
And I gently caress the top of your head before I lead towards the tower.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
What was that, Twilight?
I wouldn't do that if I were you. You can do it to me.
If I see Twilight, I just pat her head.
Right, so who is going to follow Tempest and who is going back to the tower? Or back up the tower?
Back up the tower?
Yeah, no, I'm not leaving you. You're crazy.
Twilight, are you heading up the tower?
I think I might go with the Tempest because I think I can actually be assistance because
You seem
my God.
to misunderstand, Twilight.
Tempest just knows what you're thinking, Twilight, and you're just like, no.
This is a
Because
one-on-one.
I had enmity with the Irish.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to help our case. You should go with Geraldine. Assist.
Just leaves Pious.
I'm staying put.
You know they could really use
are?
muscle after all, so you should be with them.
Fine.
He continues on.
All right, so the two of you head back up the tower. I'm starting on the wrong side. Tempest, Wrath, the two of you head down towards the training grounds. The captain has not actually left your vicinity. It did not go on ahead. He stood there waiting until the two of you were heading off and follows or walks alongside you as you head down to the training grounds. And when you get down there, there's two entrances, one on the west side, one on the east side. The soldiers that kind of went on ahead are actually finally taking a look in there. You can tell they haven't come over here, but they did know what this area was prior. And it only takes them a moment before they point out that the western side seems to be where the sparring ring is set up on these rounds. And they kind of line up side by side through the entryway that's about 10 feet or about 15 feet wide and kind of almost create a line of soldiers to walk through to get into the arena area.
Real quickly, I turn to Quay. I know it's far-fetched, but if there's any chance, do you think you can track down my aunt? If so, I would appreciate the effort. It's alright if you can.
Quay shakes her head no at you, but it's not like a no I can't, it's no I won't.
Well, I tried with you. Then I proceed to keep walking in.
You know, I could just beat this guy real quick. You wouldn't even have to lift a finger.
I mean, I would definitely enjoy seeing that. But, like I said, I put myself in this position, so it feels only right that I handle this.
He does
As far
anything
as
to
I'm
risk it.
concerned, as far as I'm concerned, it's a fair fight, so I'm gonna take it. I'm not gonna back down from this.
He does anything to risk your health, and I'm taking his head.
She gets really close and speaks more quietly, and even if I hadn't urged everyone to go ahead, I am seriously happy that at least someone stayed by.
I'll be here as long as you're on this earth. Don't worry.
As you walk into the arena area, you can see on the northern wall, there's several training dummies that are set up. But in each corner, there's also a large chest, one on each of those northern corners that look like they were likely used to store weapons. At the time it was being used, at least. And the area is covered in enough snow that you can't really see the ground or where any low-rise markings may have been. But the area is open in a way that indicates that it was the sparring ground. After the two of you enter, the captain follows in behind, and then the mercenaries file in and kind of form a circle around you, as wide as possible given the space. With the captain standing in the middle, they do leave a gap open for you to step through, Tempest.
I take a deep breath and I step on through without hesitation.
Knock 'em dead.
Not literally, though.
All right, over to the tower.
Yeah.
So all of
following
you
the
get up to the top of the stairs. Easy enough.
and I check if that is the point that has been described to us, and I will at that point speak in deep speech the open sesame words.
You can see quickly a portal opens. This one is tinted a reddish color. It is about 3.5 feet wide and about 10 feet tall. It's rectangular in shape. At the very top step of this half-built staircase in the bedroom.
And I look at Pius, Twilight. Let's go. And I step inside.
Oh dear.
As the three of you come out the other side of the portal and can look into this other room, it's another circular room. This one seems to not so much be carved or made with stone walls or anything, but almost looks like a pit that was dug out. It's about 20 feet in diameter. There's a couple of desks with some research implements, beakers, vials, different tools that would be used in testing things. And there's a single, glass tube big enough for a person to fit in on the side of the room. It's fogged up, it's dirty, and you can't see inside of it, even though it is made of glass.
I run over to the tube.
You get over to the tube with no issues.
Is there any magical aura or anything that feels like this thing is still active?
There's nothing strong enough for you to just kind of detect and pick up with your natural senses.
Okay. I look at Twilight.
Can you check if this still working?
Yeah, I'm already doing that. I'm trying to, fit my whole body into this thing.
No.
It is a
I
glass
stop
cylinder. Yeah, it's not like it's an open portal you can walk into.
Twilight, I mean detect magic. Also,
Didn't I
if
already
there is a
use-
person
didn't I already use
inside.
that?
No, I
What was that,
cannot
Star?
use that.
I think I already I think my spell for that has already been used multiple times throughout this whole thing.
No, you haven't used it so far, because both times another option came into play. The first was when you were in the illusion of the tower, because you already knew magic was everywhere around you, and the second one, Tempest used detect magic.
Okay. Yeah, I
Also-
can use it.
Also, Twilight, look at me for a second. If there is a person in stasis inside that tube, you cannot enter. Is that understandable?
I finally found something I can fit into, and I don't have the wild shape, man. I'm so sad.
Okay, let's remove who's inside there first, and after that, if you want, you can take a bath inside things.
Oh,
But let's
yay.
check work first.
Hold on, I started cutting out there, I think. The last thing I caught was, Geraldine, you said something about let's check it out first.
Yeah, let's check it out first. And Twilight casted detect magic on it.
All right, so when you cast detect magic, and it extends out in the whole area around you as well, in it, you of course, as always, you get the normal things like the life energy from you, your companions, your magic items, of course, have magic on them. The tube, though, this glass person container, it does still have magic coming off of it, but you can't detect through that magic to the inside to see if there is a person.
Can I try to get up in there?
I think you are having a very hard time imagining what it is you're looking at. I'm trying to find an image to send you.
Okay. How tall this thing is? Because I wonder, with my 11 feet, if I can look up on top of it, because there is going to be something, like an entrance to these things if you want to put someone inside.
It's about 8 feet tall. The bottom and top of it are thick steel plates, about 6 inches. Likely, the top is where you would open and close it. It is currently closed. And I have a picture to send in here.
Yeah, because I think a picture would be nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's basically what they look like, only you can't see through the glass, though, to actually see inside of it. The glass itself is too dirty to see through.
That's not what I was thinking of. Okay.
Clearly not. I think you were thinking like a tunnel you could crawl through.
I was thinking more like those plastic guinea pig tunnels.
Yeah, like I said, you were
Like
thinking a
what-
tunnel
yeah,
you could crawl through. This is a container that is
Yeah.
holding a person, not a crawlable,
Okay.
movable space.
Okay. Well, thank you. That actually clarifies. No wonder. Okay.
I turn to Pius. Is with us, right?
Yes.
I think this is more, mechanical than we expected. Do you mind take a look?
Sure, I'm not a mechanic by any means, but I'm familiar with technology to some degree.
He'll examine it a little closer. Do I recognize this kind of thing?
It's not exceptionally modern or anything. It being made of pure steel is definitely above like current tech as a whole, but it's essentially just a hatch. There, when you like pull yourself up enough to be able to look at the top, it's just like a lever that opens up and releases the catches that hold it closed, and like a door handle. Honestly, just really big.
Okay. I'm gonna put my quotation fingers ear to the thing, see if I can hear anything inside.
Give me a perception check.
I would love to. Hell no.
You hear what sounds like liquid bubbling and moving inside. Bubbling's not quite the right term. It sounds like there is liquid and it's kind of moving around. You just kind of hear a boop, boop, boop every once in a while.
I'll knock on the door, because you said there's a door on there, right?
That's the metal plate on the top. The metal plate on the top is where the lever and door is.
I'll kind of tap on the glass then, like with the back of his hand, like his two fingers, like knuckles.
When you do, it has a kind of deep sound, almost like it's an extremely thick pane of glass, a good maybe 2-3 inches thick. But you still kind of hear that wet sound on the other side as well.
I'm curious. It's probably not a good idea, but I'm going to open the hatch.
And how tall is it? Can I reach the hatch from where I'm at, or do I have to climb up there?
It's about 8 feet tall. To be able to pull it properly, you will need something to lift yourself up a bit. There is a stool readily, or a step ladder readily visible though. Like nothing in this room seems super hidden. Clearly he never expected anyone else to come in here.
Okay, I'll go ahead.
I mean, Pius, you figure that even if I'm not 8 feet tall, but I'm still 7'11", I can literally just reach it with my hand.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you want to, go for it.
Yeah.
Sure, go for it.
Are you sure?
Yes. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Geraldine will take the handle and start to try to open it.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Okay, my highest stats.
You got this.
The handle doesn't budge, not even a little bit. It feels almost like, like a rusted gear or something. It's fighting against you.
I figured. Geraldine will
Sheepishly say, yeah, that's a job for someone a bit stronger than me.
That's me.
He grabs the stepladder, and he's going to test it first before he puts his whole weight on it to see if it can hold him.
It can.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he climbs up to the top and acts like he spits on his hands and yanks the handle.
All right, give me that strength check.
Nasty.
19.
19. That is good enough. Like again, it fights you, and it takes several, and you kind of like decide instead of trying to pull consistently, maybe if you yank it real hard and you move it just a little bit at a time each time you yank on it, and when it finally switches positions, you hear this hissing sound, and the smoke starts to rise up from that top between the glass and the metal plate right into where your face is right now, Pius.
Ouch.
Luckily, it's not hot. It doesn't cause any damage or anything, but do you move from it? As it is definitely keeping you from seeing anything.
Yeah, I'll hop down off of the stepladder.
As you hop down and you kind of take that step back, all three of you, what you see is the glass seems to split, like a line forms down it, and the glass starts to pull around to the back side of it, as if it's two separate pieces that are now pulling around and overlapping to open up as a walkway. And this disgusting, like green liquid, very viscous, very thick, kind of spills out through the opening. And along with that, a body does of an elven man, completely in the nude.
Oh my.
Pius is going to check his
He's
pulse.
alive.
I'm not sure. I'll take a look.
As you go and you kneel down and you go to check for a pulse and signs of life, the man actually starts to like cough up this viscous liquid. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Yeah, that's our answer right there.
Yep.
Yep.
Very
All right,
important to the story.
for the VOD, thank you all for joining us here after the fact, since we couldn't maintain the live through the entire session. As always, we'll be back next week. Well, I guess not next week if you're watching this in the future, but We plan on returning and continuing our live streams as normal. As always, I love you. Bye bye, Kupo.
We